Hey guys, we're going to try this again and see if StreamYard doesn't crash on me, and it wouldn't even go live in Facebook. I got nothing but errors. And then 5 minutes later, at least it was on YouTube, and then StreamYard crashed altogether. So I am going to try this again. So today's class is all about attract, engage, and convert. Hopefully I will start to see people able to watch this. It should be streaming in all the groups now. Not sure. Nobody's there, but we'll see. But all about attracting. I find if I can bring people that already know, like, and trust me by being able to share content onto social and my newsletters, all of that, those end up being people that already know me and they convert better. So that's what today's class is about. There are so many agents that are really, I have a website. Now I have no idea what to do. What do I do now? So a lot of agents will even expect, like, okay, I have a website, but I'm not getting any leads, but they don't even have their website listed on their marketing. So that's really what today's all about. I want to make sure you have Googled yourself to see where you are. Where do you show up? Just organically type in your name. When I went to Google Academy forever ago, when I Googled myself, everything showed Heather Holliday and all of the handles were at Heather Swallows, because Heather Holliday is a sword swallower, international superstar. And she has a lot of videos that get a lot of views. So she is way up there on their Google Academy. I know in our past classes, we have always gone over different techniques that we can do and brand yourself, different organizations, companies, websites that'll allow you to kind of give yourself a grade and give you different ideas on optimizing your bios on every platform and all of that fun stuff. So I definitely recommended that. It took a lot of work. I had to do a lot of my bios in the third person. It's also why I use my middle initial. I've always gone by H3 since I was in elementary. So H3, my grandfather was H squared. It's just kind of a thing. All my initials are H. But by changing some different things in my bios, it was able to help me grow to that first page. So now you don't always see the sword swallower. You might find me in the mix of things, but she does get a lot of views. So make sure, Google yourself, see where you're at. Maybe what keywords or anything like that, it can't hurt. And then you can always see where you end up. I'm one of those, I just like to go see where I may show up, what images show up for me, all of that fun stuff. And if you are looking to really increase and stop being a secret agent, go into the past videos. We have one, Stop Being a Secret Agent, Ways to Enhance Your Digital Profile. Definitely look at that video. It'll go through a lot of really in-depth steps. Today's class is more about different ways that we can create content and every information on our website that gives me content to share onto social and drive traffic to my website organically. Definitely go through all of your social media platforms. Make sure you check every single link. Where does it go? Make sure, especially a lot of us have recently changed our websites. Make sure your forwarding is corrected. You have your domain set up correctly. Make sure you make it as easy as possible for a consumer to find your website. So go to your profiles and make sure those links work. A lot of times people have something that may be 4 years old. It's a domain that they never renewed because they forgot they actually use it. There's so many different reasons, but no matter what profile you're on, make sure that all of those links work. This is lost opportunity for, I know when I have an agent that says, hey, do you know an agent in this area? I probably do. I'm probably on Facebook or Instagram, wherever I may be, wherever I got that message, I'm going to an agent's profile. If you're going to make it super hard for me to find your website, I'll just go to the next agent that I know, because, we don't get paid to, match make or anything like that. So yes, Bree, I had to just basically recreate it all over again since StreamYard crashed. And at least I was like, well, let me just shut everything down, restart everything back up, and go ahead and stream it and see what happens. Because otherwise I was just going to record it. It wouldn't, I don't know what happened. And there's a lot of things going on. I know April 22nd, Facebook groups are no longer going to allow third-party apps to be able to stream. So I don't know what'll happen. I don't know yet. We're waiting. You would think they would have a fix. No, you weren't going crazy. Trust me, I thought I was going crazy because I got all the errors as soon as I clicked live. Everything was fine. And then all of a sudden I'm just like, well, there's still people that had registered that are using the on-demand link. And then StreamYard completely crashed on me. So that was lots of fun technology when we're doing live. You never know what will happen, but just like, life goes on. We got to figure out whatever we can do to make everything good to go. But yeah, that was kind of weird stuff. And I'm sure next month will be even more interesting with these new group rules and not even be able to have Zoom, StreamYard, any of that inside of a group. We can go live on our personal or anything like that. So not sure what we're going to do. We're going to be figuring that out for sure. But make sure you go onto every social profile. Make sure that all of the links work and stop being a secret agent. I mean, just like Beer's on there, like, gosh, we are going in there all the time into the groups, accepting people. And it is mind-blowing how many agents have their profile completely locked down. Now, I get it if you're like a secret agent, or I have had agents where their spouse is, in top secret stuff, so they can't really be out there. But if that's not your case, stop being a secret agent. I want you to go into your profile, make sure your website, your social, all of that is inside of your profiles, and make sure it is visible so people can see it. Stop being secret. It's a pet peeve of mine. If you know me, you know that's very true. And I feel like I just repeat this over and over again, but it still surprises me. I would say 70% of the agents that request to join the groups, and we get about 50 requests every single day, 70% probably don't have anything about their work, that they're an agent, their website, any social, anything like that. So today, if you take anything away, go into those social profiles and add those links, and then make sure they work. And that's what this says. Go into every profile. When you do that search, like we just did that search to see where you are, see what profiles actually show up. You may have profiles that you actually forgot about, but they may still show up in a search. I know I had created like an About Me page. It was just one of those cool, like one page that you could have everything on. That was like a big thing, gosh, maybe 10 years ago or something. And I guess I had 2 profiles, but Google yourself, find out where you are, go into every single profile, make sure all of your social, including your website, is on all of those, and click on them to make sure that they work. And you have your websites in a lot of places. And don't forget about your MLS. That gets emailed to your clients if you're doing the Save Search and prospects, all of that. But it's also what you're giving to clients as you're doing, showing homes, and you do the MLS printout. Your information's at the bottom. Make sure your cell phone, your email, and your website are all listed. So that way that's on every single sheet that you're giving clients. It's mind-blowing how many don't do that. And make sure it's the correct website that you have listed. Build a website that craves attention. We want to make sure, I always recommend always buying your own vanity domain. Go to GoDaddy, spend the $12 to $15 every year to have your own domain. It does not matter what website platform you're basically going to be using that domain to point to whatever website floats your boat. There are many out there. We may change as new technology comes about. I know The Office, Remax Elite, we're always looking at the latest and greatest, right? So we may be switching platforms every few years. I know Remax changes platforms every few years. Technology is ever evolving. I was just on a meeting with someone. We were saying, gosh, it wasn't that long ago that we were using typewriters to do BPOs and the MLS books and had to print our photos, like literally go and get the 1 hour printing from a disposable camera and print them and hand deliver those photos to the MLS. That does not feel like it was that long ago. Technology in our industry is just on fire. So if you have your own domain and spend the $15 a year, you can point it to whatever whatever website platform works best for you. And it's a lot of agents get confused. They think a domain is a website. It's like, no, that's just basically going to be on all of your marketing, and it can go to a website platform. Why do I say get a vanity domain? Well, because then your marketing doesn't change. You're going to put that on your business cards, your flyers, your signs, all of your marketing. It could be a hashtag. It could be anything. And it doesn't change if you decide one platform isn't as good as another, or you need to change that. If you have a franchise website, that way, every platform, especially if you're with your franchise, is going to be their own URL for you. But if you have your own vanity domain, you get to decide where that goes. So I bought one for my son when he was 10. I bought his name because his name won't change. He's 23 now. He at least has it. I just pay for it every 10 years. It is what it is. One day he may use it, right? Right now, I think it just goes to his gaming YouTube channel, and he hasn't really done any of that since he started college. So definitely do a lot of, that, and make sure that you have it on every marketing piece that you have. We also want to make sure your website matches your branding. You want to make sure everything is consistent and cohesive. The colors, the fonts, whatever you can do, your areas, make sure it is consistent. So you can see, I was building the Remax website, the kvCORE, which we can't change the color themes right now. We used to, and they took it away. And I would be begging if anybody, higher up, give us at least give us the Remax color wheel so that we can change it from that royal blue. I love blue, but I would like a navy blue or black or gray or whatever. But how do we make the website? I mean, Sue, Pinky Benson, like everything is pink. She's always got pink on. Pink is her brand. So we want to make sure, how do we make her website is going to match everything in her entire brand, right? The coloring, everything like that. So make sure, some different examples. This is more of the gray and the subtle tone, but we want to make sure, like when I build websites, I stalk social media because I want to make sure what they're putting out there is going to be consistent. They know they got the right website because everything is consistent and cohesive and branded. So make sure you're doing that with your website. And here's another one, completely different kind of brands and everything else. But that's what we want to make sure when you do your website. Make some edits, enhancements, make it yours. So that way, when somebody lands on it, they know they have the exact right website because everything's consistent. Make sure you have your social on there, your information, all the cities you serve, all of that fun stuff. Make sure to go and put Google Analytics. I have a video from me doing a Google search to setting up a full account, and it is 2 minutes long. Watch that video, play, pause, do. Add Google Analytics to your website. It does not cost anything. Even if you never go in there to see, but for me, I like to know, where is my traffic coming from? When are they going there? What page is keeping them? What page is actually converting leads for me? What page are they on when they bounce off of my website? This helps you navigate with your build on your website, what blogs work best, any content or anything like that. Even if you only look at it a couple times a year, you can click through. Maybe you have no idea. We should do a class on Google Analytics in itself, especially since they made a lot of different changes. But let's see, Rhonda, pre-agent website, we can redirect. I personally, it depends on how much editing you can do on the other website. I like that these websites like the kvCORE, we can completely customize, add blogs, add all of the goodies that we're going to talk about today. I know our MLS offers like a Squarespace. I think you have to pay extra if you want to be able to edit anything. I still have not gone fully in to dive into all of those different features. But for me, and everybody has different website ideas on what a website should do. For me, I need that artificial intelligence in the campaigns to work leads, because online leads are, I think the last conversion was like 0.5%. You're better off knocking on doors. So for me, I need to be able to add that content to my website to give me content for my social platforms to drive traffic back to the website. So it just really depends on what you need, the CRM, having everything under one umbrella to send monthly newsletters, all of the campaigns, all of that, to me, that's a big deal to be able to have that. When we had the Bouge, we could send out newsletters, but there's nothing in the campaigns to work those leads, to text them and email them based on the behaviors and what they're doing on the website. For me, that was like, I'm done, and no blog. So for that, I was like, nope, I'm out. Like, I can't use this as a website. It does not meet my needs. Everybody has different needs. Every platform has pros and cons. So it's really a matter of what are your needs and what do you need a website to do for you to decide what platform is right for you. But in any platform, you should be able to add your Google Analytics, and we want to make sure to be able to add that. It doesn't cost anything. If you ever have somebody that's helping you with your website, their ability to look at your Google Analytics is strong, because I want to know, are people getting there organically? Are people getting there from an ad that I may be running? Are people getting there from Facebook, Instagram stories? And lately, Pinterest used to be one of that surprising one. It was always in my top 3 social. YouTube has now taken that place, and it made me realize, okay, there may be something. I've always thought of YouTube as a way to kind of host my videos, not really paying much attention to the title or adding description, adding my links or anything like that. So now that I see that YouTube has really gone high to drive traffic to my website, I'm like, oh, okay, I need to really start putting some more attention on YouTube, because there's actually stuff going on over there that is helping bring traffic to my website. So that's where Google Analytics really helps, all of that fun stuff. At least it's fun for me. Content is king. The one downfall with the kvCORE versus other platforms like WordPress or Lofty or Real Geeks, any of those, is when I do a blog on kvCORE, it only shows my last 4 blogs really on that homepage, or when you click on any blog, it just shows that blog and then basically the 3 latest ones. So what I had to do is I had to create a new page for my blog categories, because I may reshare those or anything like that, and then I have it in a category. So that's what I had to do on kvCORE to be able to make that work for me, because most websites will have your categories on the side when you're looking into your blogs and your history and, total blog count, all that fun stuff like WordPress does. But this one didn't. So that was the only negative downfall on the kvCORE platform. Was I really like to blog. I like to give content that's not found on Zillow, the restaurants to go to, or wineries, or things to do with the kids, my school, all of that kind of fun stuff. That gives me content that I can kind of post everywhere, and it drives leads or traffic to my website. So that is my one tip if you're blogging on the kvCORE. If you're going to be blogging a lot, create a separate page. As you can see here, it just has categories. I want my local content blogs to be up top. Then I want like the market snapshot. And then I have just buyer and seller news. And that may be from Keeping Current Matters, Agent Create, wherever else I may find just kind of more generic-y style blogs. But the local blogs to me are really the great resource of just different things. And that links out to the local businesses and helps with keywords and driving traffic and all that fun stuff. All roads lead back to your website. This is where I am constantly posting to drive traffic back to my website, whether it be my social media, whether it be, you can think of all these different blogs. You have with Remax, you have all those commercials. Put those reels, anything like that, put them out there. Have those go with a link back to your website. Of course, your listings, all of that. So here's just different ideas using squeeze pages, blogs, different squeeze pages, landing pages. Use those as a way to help drive traffic back to your website, giving the consumer what they may want. Also, when you're doing that, you're able to track most of those landing pages, squeeze pages, listings. They all have that hashtag labels so that you can they'll be labeled as they enter your system. To me, that's super important to be able to do that. So most of the content besides the blogs are going to be squeeze pages, landing pages, all of that, because they'll enter the system labeled already with the city or whatever it is that they were doing. So you can see me, all roads lead back to my website. I get the same question, kind of question of the week. It's kind of weird how that happens, but I do get the same questions on a weekly basis. Like I may get 5 questions this week on the same topic that nobody's asked me that in 6 months. If I don't already have a blog about it and a video, I'm putting it on my website and then it gets shared out to social media. Again, linking back to that full article. So let those questions be your content. We get the same questions all the time. If you're not sure how to write a good blog, take that question, put your little answer, put it into ChatGPT and have it rewrite it in a blog format for you and create a cute graphic. Good to go. So ChatGPT, best assistant ever. I also like Gemini, which was Bard. That's the Google's AI version, especially if you're looking for graphic ideas. It'll even prompt you, give you different ideas for a graphic design. It's pretty cool. All right. I'll get to your question at the end. Make sure to remind me on that spam. That's definitely, if you Google all the Google changes that they have with your emails and spams, definitely look into that. And that's where also having your own domain, email, all of that will help. Did it again. I think I'm live still. I don't even know what happened here. StreamYard's having issues. Maybe today is StreamYard's issues. Somebody let me know if you can see it or if it is still showing I'm live, even though I lost my place here. Oh, Google's version is Gemini. It used to be Bard, B-A-R-D, but now it is different. Well, let me get to my slides because StreamYard, it crashed again on me like it did earlier. So I don't know what's going on. You know, between AT&T, Facebook, Instagram, yesterday was LinkedIn. I guess today is StreamYard's day to just annoy me because they know I'm doing this stuff, right? Let's see here. All roads lead back. Your listings. Yes. Number one pet peeve is when an agent shares their MLS shares their listing from the MLS. It drives me nuts because go to your listing. If you're on kvCORE listing playbook, Real Geeks, you can add a little separate code. If you're on Lofty, you have a squeeze page, or just go to your listing on your website and use that link. The other ways will have better tracking, better leads, all that fun stuff. But if you're just beginning, go to your website. Your listings are most likely on your homepage. Click it, grab that URL, share it. Actually, there's even a share button. This is kvCORE. You have share to social. You can just go to your listing and it has the little Facebook icon. Click on it. Twitter, LinkedIn. I don't think Instagram, because it's a link, it won't work. But all roads lead back to your website. Your listings included. I personally, in kvCORE, I love using the playbook because, again, everybody's labeled and everybody stays nice and organized. It allows me to, with one click, email everybody or text everybody that I'm doing open house or price reduction or anything like that. But just anything like that, always share your listings. Use that link, whether you're using just go to your website. I know if a listing lasts longer than a few weeks, every week we're advertising it a different way. It's going to be like a flyer or social media, just kind of graphic. We're going to send it directly to the website with the link preview there. We may do a video. There's just multiple different ways, but all of the posts have, for more information, go here. And that go here is going to the listing on your website. So no matter how you're posting your listing, make sure to use that link for full details, the virtual tour, whatever it may be. Click here and make that go to your website for sure. Pet peeve. My agents know this. Yes, this will be available. We'll see if it's still showing that it went to all the Facebook, but yeah, they're in the Facebook groups. It's on YouTube. It's on my website. It's everywhere. So you're good to go. These things, you can't get rid of me. Trust me. I like my website to be a hub, and that's where I get those local blogs. because I want to add a blog. I'm going to share it to social. I'm going to add it to my monthly newsletter, add it to your Google business page, create a YouTube video that has in the description for more information. Click here for the full website. If you want to add it to Pinterest, Pinterest was always like my best hidden secret. The amount of clicks, I mean, that was always my third top ranking platform online that would actually drive traffic to my website, was me pinning my blogs. That's why I always want to make sure I have graphics or text on top of that graphic, because I could pin those and it would take them back to the blog on my website. So you may want to think about that if you haven't already, because Pinterest is like a nice little hidden secret there. Or create a reel story. So say you create a reel or a post, you can always share that to your story and use that element, the link, to be able to put the link to the actual blog or article or listing or whatever that may be. There's an element that allows you to put a hyperlink in a story. That's going to take them back to the page they need to be on for the full information. So make sure to use those in your stories. It's a pretty cool feature. It's pretty cool. And if you have Google Analytics, it tracks it. So you can see the Instagram story, how people found you that way. This is monthly newsletter. So everything's in there. As you can see, underneath the header, there's buttons that go maybe to the guides, map search, market reports, anything like that. Of course, adding in your listing. Check out my new listing, featured listing or two or whatever it may be. Making sure you have maybe the YouTube video and the blog for your local market report. Of course, when someone clicks get the full details, it's going to that blog on my website. All of these, and then at the bottom by the footer, it has the guides. Those are the landing pages. So it's buyer's guide, seller guide, staging guide, so they can easily enter. So maybe you have a lot of people getting your newsletter that are your past clients, or maybe they're not an active lead that came in onto your platform, but they're in there. They know, like, and trust you. So you're just driving traffic back to your website organically. So definitely, it's one reason I love blogs and content residing on my website, because everything I do, I want to find a way to drive them back to my website. These are people who already know me. So to get them active and engaged by doing a search or market reports or something like that, that's only going to make it better for me and to keep in touch and all that fun stuff. And again, shareables, using this. So every week we use a squeeze page link to go to, whether it be featured listings, market reports, thinking of selling, splash into your pool home, waterfront properties, golf communities, whatever it may be. If you create kind of squeeze pages, like in Lofty, you have a ton squeeze pages, landing pages. They're all kind of called a little differently, but you can create those in almost every single one of your websites, or do a search on your website if you don't have those. So you could just go do the search on the website and use that long URL to be able to drive traffic back to your website. But I want to be able to create those custom searches. I personally have them all in Google Drive. So I have a nice little spreadsheet. As I'm scheduling, I just use one of those links that'll go. So it's kind of different all year round, but definitely to those PDF guides that you may have, those landing pages. Those are great for creating leads on your website for free. So all roads lead back. Shareables, make sure all of your listings, blog posts, is searches, and of course, any landing pages with guides, information. And look, guys, you can go to ChatGPT and have it create you a guide. I was looking one for an area. They actually do like apartment matchmaking. So we created like an apartment exclusive partnership kind of program, create a landing page for that. And then we just created an email that was going to be triggered as soon as someone filled that out for them to get that. I've done like selling your house with pets, selling your house with kids. ChatGPT can help you write all of those. Just kind of copy and paste the content into Canva, adding cute graphics. And now you have your own guide. You just basically create the landing page with that PDF. Boom, creates leads. It's giving value, which is why they're willing to give you that email address. And then you get to share it on social media. I like the theme. You can see on the upper right, there is, if I'm using the flyer version inside of Canva, And at once you can get them professionally printed, but it shows you that preview. So it has that first and second page. Those are what I use basically for the thumbnails for social media posts. Flyers, all your promotional material. Where do you have your website listed? Is it everywhere it needs to be? It should be on all your flyers, maybe your signs, your business cards, postcards, your email signature. Make sure that you go and look at all of those and check those links, because a lot of agents, their signatures, those links do not work. So go check that today too. That's part of that whole first part, making sure all of the, wherever you have your website listed, click on it. Make sure it actually goes to your website. And the checklist I have, go to all of your social platforms, check that website, all those links that you have on there, make sure they actually go somewhere. Connect a vanity domain to your website. I personally think everyone should have their own vanity domain. Costs $15 a year. It's completely worth it. It's your brand. You get to decide. You have full control over that. You can decide what platform it's going to go to. Always share your listings from your website. Please, no more MLS, none of that going on. Start creating blogs on your website. Start with one a month. Time block. Time management is crucial. I use Asana. It's free. It gives me my task of the day. So maybe you say, okay, every Monday morning at 9 a.m., I'm going to write a blog, and ChatGPT will help you, just so you know. Create a newsletter with local events, market information, real estate tips. I don't really like all the fluffy content that anybody can have. I do like to have local events, anything like that. Anything that's local that's really going to provide value of where you live. Any upcoming events. Like we have St. Patrick's Day coming up. So what do you do for St. Patrick's Day? You should be doing a reel, add a blog, post that out there. What are your favorite things to do? I know in Florida, we always went to this one place on that morning. So I kind of took the day off because it was, probably was a DD for all the guys, but it was just something that we always did. Here we have a Jeep event. It's like this going green topless event, whatever, because like spring is finally coming. I think they're doing a poker run this year, so that's kind of cool. But what do you do around town? Zillow doesn't know what you do around town. They just know all the listings. So provide value, give something a little personal. It's not going to hurt you. A little, what do you like to do? So I want you to go do that. Of course. Oh, Asana, ASANA. And that is basically like a task management system. It's pretty cool. I could show you guys one day, but check it out. I use the free version. I've been using that for 5 years. Haven't had the need to upgrade, but it allows me to have tasks for everything I do. You can set it to repeat, weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, whatever it may be. And then I can have notes and PDFs and videos and everything in the description. So that way, for training and all of that, like here's how you do this, anything like that. So I love that, but definitely visit my website. I've got a ton of different tips and blogs for marketing for your website. Of course, that, but I look forward. We'll see what happens next month with being able to do lives and figuring all of that out. But at least this went in there. And thank you guys. And if you're a 3 Max and you'll be at R4, I will see you guys in a couple weeks. I can't wait to see you guys. Bye, everyone. Thank you.